My word, bending backwards. Bending backwards was always a kind of a thing in the yoga classes, because if someone could really bend backwards, you go, oh, they're bendy. They got bendy spine. And it still is this amazing thing when, people have the supple spine and they can bend their spine in lots of directions, especially backwards. It's an impressive thing. However, for the purposes of this video and the spinal aid, I don't want you to think about bending backwards at all. We're going to use the listen, feel, allow triptych, because here in this transition, there is an amazing change that happens in the body. We have done the thrust and we've done the thrusting into the tortoise, or thrusting the tortoise. What that did is it set up the 5 points and really made the body quite coherent, solid, leak-proof, hopefully. So then, as you've made your way up from the forward bend, all that happens is the leg bones, which are currently kind of thrusting forwards and rotating out, is they reverse their direction. That's it. So that's all that happens, is they just reverse their direction. And this happens all the way down through the knees, through the ankle joint. So the heels may go from a little bit in to a little bit out. Not much, but a little bit. Because remember how the ankle is a pivot joint like this, as opposed to just a flexi joint? Go back to the video on ankles. I think that's in the warm-up set, number 1. I went through that. Because here, it's really important we get that inward spiral of the leg bones, that rotating in of the leg bones. Because when you get that rotating in of the leg bones, it pulls the spine upright. It's the key in the lock. It's niyama. It's looking in on yourself as opposed to relating out to others. It's niyama. It's the inward spiral. And the inward spiral interlocks into the outward looking, a bit like a bottle and a bottle top, or a jar and a lid. They screw together, and when they screw together, they create a container into which you can pour your energy, contain your energy, and eventually direct your energy up through the central channel, up through the inside of the spine, or the channel that runs along the inside of the body next to the spine. And this is what the spinal aid is all about. But if you've lasted this long, I am so grateful you're listening to my yabberings, because this is the important part. And I don't want to say it first, because then it's almost like you don't hear it. You have to go through the confusion in your own body in order to listen to the one thing that you're doing. And when you rotate in, the body forms like a container, like a jar and a lid on the jar, or a bottle and the bottle top on the bottle. And when you do that, that movement remains internal, and it's that movement that creates the back bend. Now, when I demonstrate, I will try and do this with as little back bend as possible, so you see the elongation of my spine, hopefully. But then I'll do it again, and I'll do it with a little bit more freedom, where, just like I use the analogy of a magician or a balloon artist getting a balloon and blowing up the balloon, and so something feels like it's being opened out inside your body next to your spine. Basically, I don't want you to bend backwards. I just don't. I want to do this movement and see what happens. Listen to the feeling in your body, feel the sensations it creates in your body, and allow those sensations to move your body. So it's almost like you're not doing it, you are being moved. Yoga's doing you. Lots of people ask what to do with the breath. We'll cover that another day, but the head is a little bit more important. Ideally, unlike myself, your head is very well screwed onto your neck, and so your head will feel quite safe. But if it doesn't, very, very simply, when you're here, you can look up, and lift your palate as you're smiling or yawning. That will engage the back of the head, the occipital joint. It'll pull the fabric against your neck. And then you can just gently lengthen that feeling, lift that feeling, which will create an elongation in your spine from your head to your heart. Hold that shape, focus on the inward movement of your leg bones. And if that feels really good and your back has gone backwards, then what you can do is you can then just allow the head to rotate back. But again, it's almost as though you are pivoting on this joint here, where the smile is, where the eye nerve endings travel all the way into the back of the skull, into the very, very back of the head. And that's the thing that's pivoting. If in doubt, don't worry about moving your head. Focus on the bowl.